Well, on one of your hit songs, "Let Me In," you had a line on there. You said, "My daddy's a dope fiend, and I don't really miss him. Ain't seen him in 10 years." Was that an actual fact or just
Actual
a line?
facts. Actual facts. My daddy's a dope fiend and I don't really miss him. Ain't seen him in 10 years. The nigga's still living. You understand what I'm saying? And that was actual facts. I found myself at a point of time living my life out here where, I did whatever it took to survive in a sense. And, the father that I known of at the time is who I spoke on, just to be actually totally honest with you. And then that was the guy who my mom always kind of laced me up and known. I'm actually named after him, James David Brown. But later on in life, I found out, at the age of 27, that that wasn't even my real father,
Oh,
straight
okay.
up and down. But it was facts from where I was speaking that because that was the only man I ever known as a father. And he is my sister's father. But far as being my father, nah. My mom's has she has a pretty interesting story herself. And I actually met my real father. Like I say, I've already became who I am today when I met my father. And it's a crazy story that the way I met my father, you know, I tell you, I was on my way to do a show one day, 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I had grown this passion for motorcycles. I actually bought me a Harley before I even knew how to ride it. And I had this Harley fever is what we call it. So on the way to do the show, we were leaving from this city. I seen a group of guys, maybe 50, 60 dudes on bikes, kind of headed up the opposite direction that I was going on the interstate. And you know, something just was enticing me behind the way that they were riding. Honestly, it was two guys in the front, and the rest of the guys kind of was a little bit back in two lines in one lane. And they all was coordinated with the same purple and I think purple gold and black jackets or whatnot. So it kind of caught my attention, like, who is that? Traffic slowing down and all of that. As we got on down the interstate going to do this concert, I get a call from my mother. And prior to me seeing this event, maybe a week or so earlier, my mom's had kind of had a breakdown where she, had basically came out and told me, James is not your real father. Your real father is a guy by the name of Kenny Black and who he was. And she felt, this emotional thing about kind of keeping him away from me throughout my life. And she has her own reasons for that and stuff like that. But you know, I will say he a real one. I'll say that much. So for me, um, I had to comfort my mother on like I'm a grown man now. Mom is no reason to feel like that. It's okay. And, I'll meet him when I get a chance. But he was putting pressure on my mom throughout these years, especially watching me as his son become who I am. And it got to the point I think it was overwhelming for her, where she broke down and told me the things because his whole thing throughout these years was trying to get to me and get him to be a part of my life. And my mom's kind of resented that. I have no family in Cashville. My mom's is originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right beside where Pac's mom's from. And she she came here on a scholarship to go to TSU, and then the presidents became pregnant with me and had me. My mom's actually graduated with Oprah Winfrey and Too Tall Jones. Oprah Winfrey's from here. So,
Hmm.
you know, she have all, like I said, her own reasons for moving, I guess, me around the way she did. But I came out pretty well. So I kind of comforted her into that world of understanding that, I'm a man, moms, it is what it is. And I get a call while I'm on while I'm on the way to the show, and it's my mom. I'm like, "What's going on, mom?" She's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "I'm on my way to do a show." And I could kind of hear in her voice, but at the same time, I'm hearing motorcycles in the back. I'm like, well, Mom, where you at? She's like, I'm on this porch. Your daddy done came down here looking for you. He's got all these, they done took up the whole entire street. And all these peoples are out here in front of my house with cameras taking pictures of them and all of this good stuff. And it's just like God snapped in my head. Now the first words I said was, Mom, did they have on purple jackets? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what it was. It was just this feeling of maybe that's who she talking about. And she was like, yeah, they all got on purple jackets. And it was almost like one of those moments in my life where I was like, can't be real. And she was like, how did you know that if you're on the interstate? I said, well, Mom, I just passed him. I think I just passed him. And, he got on the phone, was like, son, hey, I come to see you. I think he was leaving a big motorcycle meet somewhere, and they were actually on the way to D.C. because my father stays in D.C. And he was on his way back, but detoured with the guys to come down and see me. And I was gone. So, we had a quick conversation throughout the phone, real fast, and wanted to let me know, about other brothers and things like that I may have, and just that moment of we got to get together type of situation. It's my son. I'm proud of you. I don't want nothing from you, son. I do my own thing. I got my own thing. My pops is a real rider. He's actually the president of the Flaming Knights, one of the first black motorcycle gangs. If I ain't gonna say gangs or groups or whatever they consider themselves, clubs. But he's the president. I think it's 39 chapters or so. But he's pretty known in the motorcycle world, and he's a real rider. He owns 5 bikes. He rides year round. Don't even own a car. And I never know where this urge for these bikes came from, but I know now. You know what I'm saying? So, that conversation right there led to me, telling them, I'll see you soon. And the next time I was able to see him, because I've only seen him twice up until this date. Not to say it's his fault nor mine. It's just that's the way things has been. And I was doing a show, man, in Greenville, well, Johnson City. It's a spot in Tennessee. And the promoter was like, yo, man, your father's here. I'm like, what? My father here? He's like, yeah, bro, like it's your pops, you know what I mean? So that was the first time I got to look at him in his eyes. And I'm like, damn, it is another me out here, because we really resemble each other, you know what I'm saying? And he even got the same kind of goatee thing and all of that thing. So it was like, that was how my situation played out in regards to meeting my father. And being born from here didn't come with me having family here. You know, all my people are kind of spread it out throughout North Carolina and DC, LA, all over the world. But, I just happened to be born here and this is my home,